Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Joanna here, channel leader by faith. As always, I want to start by reminding you guys of the three things. One, you're better than the devil. Devil can't touch you, man. No matter how many times you mess up or in the same exact area, you just keep on fighting at it, because if it was time for you to gain the knowledge or the understanding or just to get it, however you want to put it, excuse me, sorry, then you will get it. Period. God's in control of everything, y'all. You gotta understand, the devil is mad. He's so mad that he had the opportunity to walk with God. He had the opportunity to be God's right hand man. He had the opportunity to be the greatest, handsomest, beautifulest, sexiest thing, walking, flying, spiritually, however you want to believe it or put it, right? At the end of the day, the devil was the most beautifulest angel in heaven, made out of instrument, the music of instrument. Like, it's just everything. You know how music just calms and soothes you? It's just like you go to yoga, what do they play? Soothing music, right? You go to church, what do they play? Music. You're in the car, what do you get in the car? Radio station, music. Certain talk shows even at least will play a bar or two of a music, right? Of a song, should I say. Music is everything, you guys. Just like God is everything. The devil is mad. The devil is mad that you never seen God, right? And never seen Jesus, and you never sat next to God, like really was right there, because God's with you at all places. And it's hard to believe for some people, like, it bothers their mind. It's like, how in the heck can a man be all over the place? This world is so big. Can you make the world in 6 days? Can you create anything, that is still going until this day in 6 days? Even Apple, he didn't create Apple of technology in 6 days or in 6 hours or in 6 minutes. He didn't. It took him months. It took him years, probably. At the end of the day, God made this whole entire world in 6 days, including me and you, in his image. Better than the devil. You got to stand by that. The devil can't touch you. The devil is mad. The fact that you're fighting this good fight, and you didn't have half of the opportunity that he had. Now you got way more, opportunities for the simple fact that he failed. Therefore, God made it a little bit easier for you by giving you grace. Second point, grace. Grace protects you. Grace it's just like, it's the shield that you have. If you believe that God is there for you, if you believe that God gave his only son, Jesus, for all of your sins, for all of your mistakes, for all of your, sinful thoughts, actions, words, your mess ups over and over of the same exact thing, your insanity, like the world likes to call it, right? Your craziness. It doesn't matter what the heck the world wants to label it as, right? But grace protects you. Grace protects you, and it protects me. Period. Nobody can touch you, you guys. Like, there's nothing that can happen to you. If it happened, you got to accept it, because at the end of the day, God said, I need that to happen, regardless if it's because you didn't get what he was trying to teach you, so therefore he put you in that situation, right, just to open your eyes, or because he needs you in that situation for you to learn something that's going to prosper you to your destination, or that's going to help you prosper somebody else within your destination. At the end of the day, every blessing is not for you. Every hardship is not for you. Sometimes we go through things for the sake of everybody else that is around us or that we're going to be encountered with. The minute that you accept the fact that you are better than the devil, and the fact that you are protected under grace, you understand that no matter what, you're loved unconditionally. That's all we want, right? We want to be heard. We want to be loved. We want to be respected. We want to be wealthy. We want to not worry, right? If you walk with God, you got it. There's nothing that you don't have. Something goes wrong. Okay. It's just like growing up, right? Don't you hear when we tell kids, oh, it's okay. You had a bad day. It's okay. Everybody has a bad day. Hello. We grow up and we get so caught up in, what the world demands of us, and we got to punch in at a certain time. We got to do this. We got to do that. It's just like, people, the world don't make you. The world didn't make itself, for God's sake. How can you allow the world's opinion or people's opinion that don't even believe, in grace? And I'm preaching to the choir, you guys, okay? Outspoken people can seem very judgmental, and we're all hypocrites, for the simple fact that you can say you don't believe in somebody doing something a certain way, right? But then you'll turn around and you'll do it. Why would you do it? Because you lose control of your thoughts. You lose control of your feelings. You lose control that you are in control of how things come out. And we lose that because we lose sight of God. And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is really okay. You're going to fall. Nothing is perfect, you guys. Nothing should be perfect. If it was perfect, do you think we would have crimes in the world? If it was perfect, do you think that the devil would betray Jesus? If you think it was perfect, do you think that it would be, the 12 disciples would honestly go against God? Like, they all betrayed Jesus. They all have had troubles. Check this out. I Googled, right, Peter. Peter was the fisherman, right? He was bold, emotional, over-talker, type A leader who is willing to risk it all. He must learn to listen to others and submit to Christ, right? He promised God, I would never betray you. Even God said, you will betray me 3 different times. He took an oath and turned around and still betrayed Jesus. And guess what? Jesus still loved him. John was brilliant. He was a leader who loved justice. He became unstoppable when he fully accepted the work of Christ. This acceptance of Christ's justice led this son of thunder to become the apostle of love. You got Matthew. He was the tax collector. Tax collectors was known to steal from people, to be manipulated. It's just like to take what is not theirs. And it's just like he was the outcast, the traitor to his people, whom Jesus named the gift of God. I mean, you guys not understand how God changed? He picked 12 messed up people, 12 people that had all the things, right, that each one of us in the flesh had. We all thieves. We all liars. The flesh is it's so evil. You know what I mean? Like, if it was up to us when people do us wrong, it's just like, I like to say I gut you like a fish. You know why? Because I don't know what else to say. But I stopped saying that. Why? Because the tongue is the most powerful thing. In my mind, when people hurt me, when people betray me, when people just don't understand, like, it's okay. Like, it really definitely is okay. I just want to gut them like a fish. It's just like, you're not getting it. To me, it's just like, what's the point of keep going, right? But I keep going and keep going because at the end of the day, I remember where I came from. I remember that I wasn't always this understanding. I wasn't always this, high self-esteemed and outspoken person. I wasn't always like this. Honest to God. I was this person, that if you said, oh, you ugly with it. Because when I was growing up, I never had these 2 teeth. Look at my teeth now. Beautiful teeth. I've been told so many times through dentists, non-dentists, people that got better teeth. When I look at them, I'm like, you seriously think I got, what? Look at your teeth, right? Guess what? Growing up, I didn't have these 2 teeth, right? And I had a deep voice. I kind of still have a deep voice, but guys had, I guess, compromised my voice to a more feminine voice a little bit, right? And I yell a lot. So the voice, gets a little raspy because my voice is always being used, loudly when it's not supposed to, right? I was teased all my life. Oh, you look... you got no teeth having, or deep voice, you sound like a man, so guess what? I started feeling like I need to be a boy. I want to be a boy. I don't want to be no girl. I want to be a boy. Why do I got to be a girl? I couldn't stand being a girl. I wanted to be a boy so bad. Like, just let me be a boy. I can be better than all of these boys around me. I beat all of them. That's how I used to think. Man, and my aunt didn't help me at all. Man, did she put some fierce feistiness inside of me, right? That every time somebody did something, it's like I went into rage. But the only thing that protected me was that same rage that my aunt put inside of me, right? She implanted this fear on, right? Remember, it's just me and you. And when you're at school by yourself, nobody's going to protect you. You don't have no friends. Don't nobody know us. It's just like, it's just me and you. Remember that, right? So I wouldn't dare pick a fight. I wouldn't dare argue with anybody. I just go in my head and go into range on what I knew I was capable of doing to these people. To the point where I grew up fearing myself rather than people. But in the world, when you fear yourself, right, you walk away for so much reasons, right, that the world makes you believe that you actually fear the world. I hope you guys are following me, y'all. I had all of these 12 disciples' problems, all of them. I stole from my aunt. I remember stealing her food stamps when we used to get the check food stamps, right? stole her food stamp because she never gave me $1, and everybody in school always had $1 to at least get the ice cream, the chips that they wanted, right? She never bought me snacks. That's why I got nice teeth. But as a child, you don't know that. All you know is everybody else got this and got that, and I can't get this and I can't get that. I stole her food stamps. Guess what? Not being so smart, but thinking I knew it all, right? I go to the line and I'm trying to pay, ice cream with food stamps, and then the $5 food stamps or $10 food stamps at that, right? Guess what they do? They give me the ice cream. They take the food stamps. They call my aunt. My aunt didn't have a car, and I went to a school way far away, right? My aunt had to get on the bus on a rainy day. Guess what? That pissed her off. She went to school. She whipped my ass in the school, in front of the school, the principal and everything. Guess what? Back in the day, they ain't do nothing. Now, you discipline your child that way for stealing, you smack their hands or anything like that, right? It's just like you will go to jail. So parents, I'm not telling you to beat your kids, okay? Do not beat your kids. Do not. They called my aunt. Guess what? It wasn't the fact that she had to get on the bus to go all the way out there in the rain. It was the fact that I was so scared to ask her for $1, or I was so, secure to steal from her. She couldn't trust me. You know what I mean? But my aunt didn't know anything about grace, because if she did, then what she would have did was pray with me and put me on punishment or made me write over and over. I would not steal from her something, right, to where it would implant in my head. Guess what I did? I just got better at stealing. Now I knew I couldn't take the food stamps to school. So I'm going to start stealing her change and equal it up to $1, and then I'm going to do that, right? The way that we discipline our kids would allow them to manipulate us moving forward. God didn't take his 12 disciples, right, and say, I'm going to drown you guys. I'm going to down you guys because of your flaws. What God did was, I need you guys because of your flaws, because I need the world to see. It's just like, with all of these flaws, David, it's just like he was the apple of God's eyes. David killed thousands of people. David betrayed his best friend and then killed his best friend because he slept with his best friend's wife, then had a kid by that best friend's wife, right? And God still said, you will build my kingdom. You are the apple of my eye. Still, it's just like, Thomas, he was a doubter. It's just like, he was very promiscuous, right? I think that's how you say the word. Just like, he didn't never see the good in anything. The world likes to call that, being realistic. No, it's no such thing as being realistic. Don't you get it? God's in control. It's just like Philip, he's like, excuse me, he was good, at looking like he had it all together. The world, people on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, it's just like, you never see somebody, posting when they have a bad hair day. Right? Or when they're not all dressed up. The girls that wear makeups, no offense and not judging you. Ladies, if you feel as though you need makeup, I'm up here to tell you, you don't need makeup. I promise you, you don't need makeup. Right? They won't wake up, and just be like, yep, I woke up like this. No, they really didn't. They woke up and they went to the bathroom, right, and washed their eyes, because their eyes with their fake eyelashes was shut and they got crust all right here. They put a little foundation on, right? They put lip gloss on. It's just like, hello? Be yourself, be natural. But at the end of the day, the world wants to be so caught up in fantasizing somebody else. You ever heard, the grass ain't greener on the other side? You probably don't really understand the terminology of that. The meaning of that, because of the terminology that they're using. The grass ain't always greener, you guys. When the grass is grown and green, that means that somebody's taking great care of it, right? It means there's enough sun, there's enough water, people aren't stepping all over it. I remember my foster mom, right? She didn't like people walking in her grass. Why? Because she liked great grass in front of her house. It made her house look beautiful, right? But if you step on things over and over, what happens to it? It smushes down, right? The grass ain't always greener on the other side. That's for all of these posts that people tries to act like, their life is all together. It's just like schools do it all the time. They call a parent when their child is acting up. But when their child, goes up there and masters something that nobody else is getting in the class, right, the teacher won't call for that scholar. The teacher won't call to tell you, hey, I just wanted to call you and let you know, like, your kid was really, like, awesome. And at the end of the day, they'll take time, right, to call a parent when their kid keeps going misbehaving. Granted, we need to know. Yes, I'm not saying don't call me, right? We need to know. Because how are we going to fix something that we don't know that's going on, right? But how about you call us too, or send a note, or send a letter? You know, it's just like this week, you know, it's just like this child was so amazing. They were great in all the things, you know, that we learned, that we taught. You know, it's just like, I'm just so proud of your child. Paul, he was brilliant, highly educated, you know. He let that go to his head. A lot of people let that stuff go to your head, through their head. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just some of the, you know, some of his disciples and some of their traits. You know, it's just like, you guys got to have more confidence in yourself. You guys got to understand that everything that happens, God got you, yo. God got you. He gave his son to have you. He gave his only God. I said this in the other, plenty of other videos. I wouldn't give up my only son, you guys, and I only got son. I understand some people got blessings of having 4, 5, and 6 kids, and maybe, you know, 4, 3 sons and stuff like that. God gave up his only son. I'm not giving up my son. I'm not giving up my kids, period. For who? For this world? Nah, God, I give them up to you. I gave my kids to God, and I know that he's going to protect them, unconditionally love them, you know, and shed his blood of Jesus all over them that protects them, period, you know. But what I won't do, right, is say, I'll give up my son. That's why I tell my son, you won't be a soldier to this government, to this world. You're not going. I'm sorry. And God really has to change my heart, because I'm telling you, the way they treat these veterans, you know, it's just like I see veterans in the street. Oh, because they went AWOL, because they what is it called? Involuntary left, or, you know, they got kicked out, you know, for bad behavior or whatever. It's just like, do you not see what these people go through? You just gonna kick them out there? Like, they're ruthless to these people that fight for us, y'all. Seriously. I wouldn't dare allow my son to go out there for nobody. You want to? By all means, I will respect you telling me, right? But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, when he turns 18, I got really no say on a lot of things, unless he's still in school and living in my household, right? But I don't condone my son being no president of no United States, and not fighting for no government or no world or no country or no nothing. And this is no disrespect to the other ones that already are, you know? But look at all the presidents, you guys, how they just... People go in there, and I honestly believe and think, you know, that things that they want to change, right? That they're telling us to vote for me because I will do this, I want to do this, right? They really want to. But at the end of the day, we don't see them people that are sitting behind the scenes in the White House that they don't leave. The president, how is it, right, that people are okay with having a new president every 6, 8, 9 years, impeaching them, you know, so they can get out? Why is it can't you just have one president until the day that he dies, or she, right? And what's up with women can't run the world, right? Women can't be presidents. You know, it's just like, it's a protocol and a process to everything. I get it. And my little mind doesn't understand everything, because I'm not into politics. And I can't get into politics. At the end of the day, this world is corrupted because of their leaders. And I strongly believe that. And I'm a leader, but a leader in a different way. And these people that lead the world, the cities, the states, you know, they just all corrupt. They get this entitlement problem, this boss, I'm the president, you know, I have the final say, you know, and judges do it too. You know, I'm going to make an example out of you. Why? Because this child messed up one time, and you want to make an example out of them because the other ones, their reputation is already messed up, and you feel as though they're not going to get it. Same thing as jail. Jail is a fix that backfires. You know, it's just like you put people in jail that gets, you know, discriminated against and that gets raped. You know, it's just like you put people that, you know, had too many traffic tickets with murderers and killers and, you know, like big time people that have no heart. And they have no heart, people, because they don't know God. They don't know the meaning of grace. You know, it's just like, and the crazy part is, right, people go to jail sometimes, right, because that's where God needs them to sit down quietly. And that's where they get their lives changed, and God protects them. Once you understand that God got your back, you'll be good. You don't have to be of this world, because you're not of this world. What is any good if you gain the world but have nothing? People are so miserable now, because they made a mistake that they can't get over. Their money is tight. But they won't dare give a homeless person $5. They won't dare, give a church 10% at least of one of their paychecks out of 4 that they get if they get paid weekly. It's just like just one. God doesn't want everything. God wants you to do it from your heart. When your heart's not pure, guys, God will keep on working with you because he will never leave you or forsake you. But when you really submit yourself to Christ, there is nobody that can touch you. Nobody. You not your problems. You're not of this world. You're not what people call you. You're not your mistakes. What you are is what you believe. You ever heard what you are is what you eat, what you are is what you listen to? You guys, stop listening to this corrupt music. I get it. I got certain, Cardi B's on my phone and stuff like that. I get it, but honest to God, how much of it do you listen to it? It's just like, feed your soul positive, encouraging things. I'm not here to tell you to believe in the religion because, honest, I don't have a religion. I just know that there has to be a higher power, and I believe in him, God. It's just like, I get it. The Old Testament is a contradiction and a hypocrite to the New Testament, right? But because in the Old Testament, it says that if you curse at your parents should basically, cut your tongue out or murder you or something, right? But the New Testament is where people fail to realize, to understand. He allows you to have the Old Testament for you to understand how he changed the world and how he gave you grace and he's protecting you. You don't need to slaughter your freaking kids. Neither do you need to slaughter somebody that curses at you or do harm to you. He said, the one that smacks you on one cheek, turn your other cheek. You got no more cheeks. Bend over and give them your 2 butt cheeks to smack. Because at the end of the day, you're going to come out winning. They can't win against you. Let them criticize you. Let them down you. Let them believe that they are better than you because they got a couple more zeros in their bank account than you do, because they think, oh, I believe in God and I pray to God, that they're more powerful than you. God knows everybody's heart. Stop judging other people's circumstances and situations, because at the end of the day, you can't touch them. You can't change them. Keep on praying for them. Keep on shedding the blood of Christ Jesus over them, because they're not getting it, you guys. They're not getting it. So why allow yourself, right, to just be overwhelmed, and be so caught up in these emotions and these feelings, when at the end of the day, you serve somebody that they don't, apparently. Because if they did, they wouldn't speak the manner that they do. They wouldn't act in the manner that they do. And they would not just down somebody else that at the end of the day, we might not be in a relationship, but you my brother and you my sister. My mom might not have you and my dad might not have nothing to do with having you neither. But at the end of the day, we're all brothers and sisters. People do this I love you word just all out of nowhere. People call each other bros and sis, but they don't understand the meaning of that. Loyalty, you guys, love. Do everything in love. Stop worrying about what the world thinks about you. Guys, I learned that the hard way. But I learned it, I want to say, about 8 years ago. And I just, people's like, yo, you got no filter. It's not that I don't got no filter. It's just that if it's my truth, I'm going to speak it. And I'm sorry if it comes out the wrong way, because I can be my ambition can come out so demanding and so creative. And then sometimes so, judgmental. But at the end of the day, I'm no better than you. And I understand I'm no better than you. But I'm going to speak my truth, because my truth is what's going to set me free. Why would I speak your truth? I don't know your story. I can tell you my story that maybe can help you through your story and vice versa. But people so caught up on worrying about, man, if I say, my electric got cut off, people might look at me the wrong way. Guys, stand by your truth. Be loyal to yourself, because if you're not loyal to yourself, who are you going to be loyal to? If you're not honest and real with yourself, who are you going to be real and honest to? The lies will keep on flowing out your tongue, because at the end of the day, you so caught up on what they're going to think, what they're going to feel, how they're going to feel, what they're going to tell the world. The world's going to eat me up and spit me out. Yes, they will. And guess what? When they spit you out, God will clean you off and tell you, get up and do it again, because they got no say in your life. The world don't own you. The world don't own you, you guys. Stop worrying about what the world is thinking and feeling about you. Stop trying to live this world, that people are trying to, keep up with everything the world got going on. You know, it's just like God will bless you where he needs you to be blessed. If you don't got it, it's because it's not for you right now. It's all it's going to do is hinder you. You know, you applied for a loan, you didn't get it. It's okay. God said that's not for you right now. You don't really need it. I just need you to trust me. I promise I will make it work for you. And when you trust him, I promise you, he'll open doors for you that pour out blessings that you can't even control to accept, you guys. Learn to let the world be the world. You are not of the world. I'm telling you guys, you're better than the devil. You're unconditionally loved. And at the end of the day, you're protected by grace. When you understand them three things, put it up on your wall. Put it on your phone. I don't know. Create a wallpaper, you guys. But understand who you are and where you come from and who you belong to. And it's not this world. I promise you it's not of this world. God is bigger than all of our problems. God is bigger than everybody's, condition and everybody's ways and everybody's wants and needs. It's just like at the end of the day, who is the world? They're not giving you what you need, right? All they're doing is drowning you. All they're doing is making you feel unprotected and unwanted and unneeded, Why keep on wondering about them? Why keep on worrying about them? Why do you want to keep on going on and on about, hey, I think about, what the world thinks of me. I can't post this because they're going to eat me up. God got you. Remember that you are better than the devil. Remember, there is no weapon that forms against you that shall prosper. Nothing. And I mean that, you guys. And he meant it when he put it in there. Take care.